Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the MauZyCast channel. Today I'm bringing you a best of 5 Terran versus Protoss match. And yeah, it's going to be a really exciting one. Let's see how this is going to unfold as we start on Babylon for our first map. And right away, starting in the bottom right side, we have our Polish Terran representing CSO ESPORTS. It's none other than Maro in the blue. Really cool blue SCVs as well. And his opponent, hailing from the UK, it's going to be none other than Pudgey for Team Air, representing our Protoss this time. Yeah, pretty standard opener. Kind of skipped the first minute or almost a minute. Oh, okay. Pretty interesting. Maro doesn't want to delay this. Alright, Marine is going to chase away this probe. So I skipped almost the first full minute because honestly, nothing happened. So yeah, I figured it's a bit easier. It's a bit better to skip it. Why not? You know, just save a bit of time just talking about the most standard openers. Obviously, the most standard opener is the 1 gate expand core before Nexus on the Protoss side, and 1 gate fast expand into either a Marine first or Reaper with a fast command center on the low ground. Both things have happened. Factory is the follow-up as well as the second gas for the Terran. And obviously we have a depth opener into Twilight Council with a Stalker follow-up just in case. Now, it might happen that this Adept goes across the map and a Reaper comes next, but I don't think that's cheesy, and I'm not sure if that achieves anything. Obviously, as a Terran, you might be able to just scout what's happening, but 99% of the time it's going to be Twilight because it's a safe opener, it's a standard opener. Ooh, let's see if the Adept is actually going to manage to shade in. Doesn't manage, as Pudgey will try a bit later once the shade comes back online. Maro just starts saturating his second base. Ooh, this Adept is actually in trouble. Oh, this Adept is going to go down. That is big for Maro. Okay, so the map control ceases to exist on the side of Pudgey, and just like I said, it's going to be a blink opener into double Stalker. Yes, double Stalker, and now we have the Robo, and only 2 gateways. So this is not a bad build order by any means. It allows you to be safe. It allows you to be more focused on the economy. Obviously, you're gonna be able to take like a 4-minute and 10-second base with this one if you are really keen on it. Ooh, and Pudgey is not actually. He's going to actually drop that shield battery and drops a spotter pylon as well as one in the main base. That's not going to alert him too fast. Usually they put one here, I guess, but that's like a long distance that you need to travel with the probe. And now we see a single medevac drop from Maro with how many Marines is this? This is like well, a handful of Marines, let's just say that. We don't do maths, neither on stream, neither on record. So the tank siege is up. Should have sieged up a bit faster. Now Maro is going to lose this tank. This is absolutely not what Maro had in mind, I believe. And now the medevac can actually get blaked on top of. And yeah, exactly that will happen as Maro has to actually has a lonely Marine here. Sees the third base at least. It's going to be aware of the timing. That's a kind of a late base, honestly, for 2 gateways, no? Am I crazy? Okay, we have a Robo base, so potentially Colossus follow-up. Okay, I like what Pudgey does here. Gets 2 more gateways, and obviously Maro has to build a bunker because now the Stalkers regain that map control. Third base is going to be secured relatively shortly, as this one Marine is going to go away. It's getting chased away when Pudgey is thinking about blinking into this main, but there is no stim, there is no combat shield to actually snipe, I believe. Yeah, there's none. First tech lab is just now coming in. Second tech lab comes in just a couple of seconds. Actually, that starts stim already. My bad. It's gonna land on top of the tech lab. That's happened. Quite a bit of stalkers go in, as this Banshee also does some damage, so the delay was kind of worth it, because Pudgey has only taken down Marines, which, well, let's just say they are not as crucial in the early game. Obviously, every single unit can be crucial in the early to mid game, because the first push will be as tough or as soft to deal with. Is that an expression, actually? So yeah, I think you guys get what I mean. So the push hits harder or softer, I guess, depending on how many units you lose. But if you don't take any damage to your economy, you can like delay it just a tad bit, and then you'll be just fine, in my opinion. That should be the case, but obviously there are some small windows, like this one, where the Protoss is not yet ready to actually spend their money, and upgrade is not done. Now Maro is going to move out. Stim is not yet finished, neither is Combat Shield, and neither is +1. Single eBay is going to be the thing here. And it's quite funny that Combat Shield finishes faster, though it was started later. Okay, Maro is trying to set up a nice camping location here for this third base of Pudgey. Kind of like that. Shield battery is getting targeted. Honestly, Maro could just take down the shield battery. Ooh, and now that's going to be big. There is nothing that can defend on the side of Pudgey if those Colossi get jumped on. Obviously, shield force fields from those two sentries that have plenty of energy. There's like four, five force fields, I believe. Oh, that's a double Guardian shield. I'm not sure if that's what you want, but one tank is going to go down. Let's see if Pudgey has enough or not. Ooh, a couple more Zealots go down. Actually, this is brilliant for Maro, I would say. Colossus is at half shields, and let's just be clear about that, guys. Colossi have not that much HP. They are huge. They are giga powerful in these certain scenarios. But look at that. Maro has 60 Marauders on the map currently, and they are going to join the fray here, but only 3 medevacs. Is this going to be enough healing power? And there is 2 more sieged up tanks here, which are actually putting in massive work with these free shots. And actually, that's why you can see that this is kind of a Terran map, I would say, because you just siege up and you have a decent position here. Here you can actually reach this position from this location. And this is kind of protected. There's not that much of a surface area. But honestly, Pudgey could just warp in, I feel like, and attack from 2 sides, no? Oh, but he decides to go with a frontal attack, and he moves the Colossi in front. That is not what you want. That's why Thermal Lance is there. Extended Thermal Lance is researched for Pudgey, but he fails to use that because he moves too close to the Colossi. Shield battery is getting taken down, the tank falls, but that's not going to be it for Maro. Maro is constantly rallying units across the map, and fresh tank just arrived. Still only 3 medevacs, but 2 liberators come in, and those are going to mean a whole lot of difference. The 2 liberators are going to make Pudgey quit without even a GG. Alright, and game number 2 is going to take us onto Grespan, one of my favorite maps to watch games on. To be honest, there's a lot of nice games. I'm not sure how much I like to play that. It's a standard map though. It's a large map, you can macro on it, you can do whatever you want. There's a lot of potential. I feel like it's not as long as it is large. There's a lot of bases. There's a couple of opportunities for both Terran and Protoss, and we'll see how our 2 contestants are going to deal with the features of this map, as we have in the bottom right side for Team CSO Esports, the winner of the first game. It's going to be our blue Terran, Maro. And his opponent in the top left side going for the same standard opener just like his opponent. It's going to be for Team Air. It's Pudgey. Alright, now Pudgey made a couple of mistakes in the last game, especially the crucial one, in my opinion, just sacking those Colossi. That was painful, honestly, and I'm pretty sure when he saw that, he was like, oh, damn it, that lost me the game. And I'm not exactly sure, because I did not run through what would happen if he would just stay at range, but obviously that was not the play. That was not the play from Pudgey. He kind of lost at least earlier. And why I'm saying that is, yes, while these two players are solid, you don't really want to see these mistakes, right? So, yes, Maro had a solid push there, and probably when the Liberators arrived, would have been a totally different game there, anyways. But not having those 3 Colossi, man, oh, that just sucks so much. And the funny thing is, he had extended thermal lance, which extends the Colossi's range to infinite, basically. Ooh, as we have this Reaper chasing down this probe. And yeah, I mean, it just sucks, right? We gotta admit it. It does. It really does. But it's a fresh game. It's a fresh start for Pudgey. Ooh, misses the grenade, but actually jumps up on top of... Oh, Maro is actually nicely outplaying Pudgey for now. I'm not sure about what the actual impact is when this type of stuff happens, but obviously you want to take every single small victory. Getting away with the Reaper, just having that nice micro on top of it. Ooh, Adept? Okay, what's happening here? So, what I was gonna say is, you know, the Reaper regenerates HP over time. That means if you can get away before the last shot to start regenerating HP, at least just a bit, that's like a toll on your opponent's mental, I would say. It takes a toll on your opponent's mental. Ooh, and Pudgey is going to see that Hellion. He's going to get denied for the entrance in the base, but manages to get 2 shots off of that Hellion. Now, the Adept looks like moving forward. Moving home rather than forward, so Maro doesn't have to worry about the Adept. Question is, does he know about it? We're gonna have a mine drop as a follow-up, as the Reaper and the Hellion just move in. There is no shield battery, so there could be a couple of probes going down here, as Pudgey is trying to get rid of these 2 units. The Hellion goes down. Nicely done there. Gotta give credit where credit's due, obviously. And we are going to see the same opener 2K blink into a Robo. Now, the Adept has returned to harass a bit. Ooh, and that is... Oh, that's actually big. Okay, so Tech Lab comes in just now. Pudgey probably knows about the timing on that factory's Tech Lab. In case you go for mines versus not going for anything else but an instant Tech Lab. So that Tech Lab is late for an instant Tech Lab, I would say. Unless it's like a 3 racks, but maybe like a 3-1-1, I don't know. Obviously, if it's like factory second, then it can suggest that this is a mine drop. Ooh, Maro loses 1 mine and gets 1 more probe. So that makes it a total of 4 probes, and the Adept was lost across the map once again. No Marines have been lost, but the 2 mines have gone down. On the side of Maro, didn't manage to get too much. The medevac is still up here, and there's no defense that could actually protect it. Deal with it. So that medevac could just boost home out of the space, just boost home, you know. Now, Pudgey has the blink. And goes for the charge, as well as some attack upgrades. No Robobait this time. I mean, I guess it's attack upgrades. It could be armor, right? I mean, armor is a safe choice versus bio for sure. Now, oh, we have 2 more gateways, so that will put up the gateway count to 6 once those are finished. Now, will Pudgey go for more? Ooh, Templar Archives is going to be the next tech of choice. I kind of like it, and look at that. There is the brilliant attack upgrade. I kind of like it when the Protoss wants to go aggressive. And look at that. Maro is actually keeping 2 Stalkers here with that empty medevac. Of course, that medevac could be more useful in the army, but doesn't matter if you can actually keep your opponent at home with any kind of units. Now, looking at the unit stab, we have 32 Marines. That is a bit scary, but by the time Maro goes across the map, I would say... okay, Storm is not going to be ready. I don't think Storm is going to be ready, right? It shouldn't be. But the third base is actually saturated mineral-wise, and it starts saturating the gases. Yes, 4 gases, so it can kind of afford it, I would say. He chrono boosted. He chronoed this. I don't think he had... I think he misclicked or something. But anyways, Maro is actually pushing forward. So half of the army is actually not fighting because they are force fielded off. Ooh, Maro, you need to be careful. Maro needs to be really careful. He needs to siege up the tanks. He shouldn't rush. One of the tanks is going to go down instantly, but a couple of zealots are moving in, and the boys are pulled in the meantime. A couple more Marines will actually come back in, and we have a pull the boys as Pudgey taps out once again without the GG. Oh boy, I kind of feel it. Maro did one of the most annoying strategies that could happen with mass Marine, 2 tanks, 2 medevacs, and even pulling the boys. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's move on to game number 3. Okay, and we are here in game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Gamers, this could be the last game of the series. We could have a quick 3-0 unless the Protoss has something to say about it. These players have shown a Heart of the Dragon, Breath of a Dragon, but do they have dragon scales, right? As the map name suggests. So yeah, let's hop onto the third map. It's actually a really nice short map. You can see a lot of aggressive builds, especially 4-gate blink. So yeah, let's see what player will choose what strategy. I'm really curious. As we have in the bottom right side, for the 3rd time, give it up for CSO's Maro. And his opponent trying to crawl back into the series, potentially reverse sweeping. It's going to be our Red Protoss for Team Air, Pudgey. All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a really frustrating time to be a Protoss fan. Though I root for my own teammate, obviously. I'm still a bit, like, just a tad bit salty because I know what Pudgey goes through. I see these games and I'm like, damn, that's like, fudge. I think he even forgot Storm, but I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but he did not start it. He chrono boosted the Templar Archives. He did not go for that Colossus opener. I think 3 Colossi would have been much better here because it was pure Marine and a couple of SCVs, which would not be that great though, I would say. So yeah. But Pudgey will probably scout around and see what's happening, as we have a Reaper for the 2nd time in 3 games, which I kind of like. Let's see if Maro will go for that same opener. And oh, this time we have a bunker. I think it's an earlier bunker. Ooh, nicely done there by Pudgey. Snipes that adept, but honestly, okay. Trial Council once again, and we have a Stalker, second Stalker as a third unit. Now the adept can move across the map once again. Obviously, at this level, you need to send the adept across the map. You need to know what the Terran does. Potentially be aware of when that Terran move out is happening by just having the adept there, just sacking it or whatever. Doesn't send it in or tries to send it in but fails. Maro on point with the depot movement. And once again, we will have a instant tech lab on that little instant tech lab after the Hellion on that factory. Okay, Pudgey will try to get in as the Hellion is. Ooh, oh, it's not going to go in. Oh, Pudgey with the advantage in game number 3. He's mad. Pudgey says, "No more. I'm going to destroy you." Question is, can he do it though? It's one thing to try and do it. Oh, is he going to finish? Oh, he has to finish. Oh, what? Sorry, it did not have to finish the shade. What am I even talking about? Okay, he's going to send it back. Ooh, he's gonna finish it, and he's gonna try to go for at least a mule or something. Oh, he actually loses it for free. I'm not exactly sure what that was worth it for. Yeah, I'm a bit confused because no matter what Pudgey had as a advantage, I think he just threw it and lost the map control. Still, just a tiny bit ahead in resources lost, but that doesn't matter. Honestly, it just doesn't. Like, you lose the adept, that means you cannot scout. It's gonna be much harder. And now we should have. Where's the observer? The observer is arriving, but there is a Raven this time, and we have 2 tanks. Okay, so Maro is 100% aware of the 4-gate blink, but that's not going to be a 4-gate blink, and instead it's going to be a Robo-Bay follow-up. So potentially Colossi once again. But once again, Maro just choosing a tech that is going to be quite nice for his trouble. That means the Raven, the Sable, aka the Interference Matrix, as well as the Auto Turret, to be honest, and the Anti-Armor Missile. All 3 of them are just brilliant in my opinion. I kind of love the Raven's spellcasting ability. Obviously, it's not the easiest thing to use, but if you can use it properly at the proper timing, then you are going to achieve a lot of stuff with it. And I've been saying it for a couple of weeks or months, I would say, since the new patch is out, where the Raven starts with 25 extra energy and actually has its build time lowered from, I believe, what was 43 seconds to 30, and it costs 50 gas less. Now, this observer tries to lurk in somehow, but I believe Maro is actually on top of it. Ooh, he could see it. Okay. Does he see it? Ooh, now just going to lose a couple of Marines due to these Stalkers. Stalkers on the ramp will actually do a bit here. We'll try to delay this whole thing just a tad bit. The amount of Marines you can take out before this push hits is crucial. Okay, so this one is extremely crucial. Now we have a second tank here. Let's look at the units tab. Ooh, we actually have 4 tanks. Do we have any tanks at home? No, and this is all 4 tanks out, and the Raven at almost max energy. Ooh, wait a second, he has 2 interference matrices and there's 2 Colossi. Oh, that's going to be super difficult for Pudgey. There is chance for Archons, but will they last enough? Pudgey has only a single Templar. Maybe he's going for that Raven disable, that Raven feedback. Obviously, that should be the case. If the Raven can disable both Colossi, it's going to be a world of trouble for Pudgey. That is going to be crucial. The Templar needs to step forward. Where is that one single Templar? Here's the Templar. This is our crucial unit here. No Storm, just for feedback. Niche use to get it just for that feedback, but in this case it's going to be really important. Where is the feedback onto the Raven? Oh, both Colossi are actually disrupted. Oh, they are actually useless in this fight. Shield Battery Overcharge is going to try and put in some work, but Pudgey is actually out of the range. Now the Colossi attack, but actually Maro is still losing a couple of units. In the meantime, there was a couple... Okay, so the Zealot flank actually worked out. First I thought it's going to be some kind of counterattack, but it is not. There is another interference matrix. Ooh, and look at that. Maro is actually losing tanks, and there's the Liberators. Liberators are going to be really tough to break, as there is only a single Stalker, and there is only a single Templar that shoots up. But yeah, you know what I think about the Templars auto attack, the little water bubble. Water balloon, sorry. Now, what do we have as a follow-up for Pudgey? I'm curious of the tech. We have 9 gateways, we have 2 forges coming in, and obviously we have the extended Terminals and the Twilight Council upgrades for the Zealots, aka Charge, and Blink for the Stalkers. Other than that, no upgrades means quite a bit of trouble, because Maro can start his +2/+2 once the armory finishes. So, okay, Storm. I kind of like this, but there is going to be Ghost Academy, so if Pudgey cannot use the Warpism Storm combination, then his Templars should, and I say should, we're talking a lot about like ideal situations, okay, when it comes to this whole thing. And honestly, having 5 Archons in your army, no Storm yet, but there's going to be like 1 or 2 Storms. How many Templars? Single Templar is going to warp in more, right? I mean, Pudgey is not aware of this Ghost Academy, right? Is not aware of anything, basically. Doesn't know if Maro has like +2 started, or if he has an armory. Obviously, if you have a lot of charge lots, the Terran can go back into mines production. And that's not going to be the case for Pudgey, but for Maro. Not going to be the danger for Pudgey, as Maro just scans forward, sees that there's no army at the locations that he scanned. Pudgey is going to split his army into 2. A couple of Zealots are going to go in from the left side, as Maro feels something and is going to probably retreat. Oh, and now the Zealots are going to charge, maybe into the mineral line. Nope, they're going to come in from the other side. Where are the EMPs? There's the EMP, I believe. At least I heard one. Ooh, Archons are going to go down super fast. That is going to be the case. Oh, and the Storm is nice, actually. But there is no Colossus left. Oh, and the last Stalker just goes down. There's 4 bases for Pudgey, so the economy is not bad. But yeah. Maro is also producing a 4th command center. Oh, and Pudgey's like, is this balanced? I'm so confused what I did wrong. Well, I guess just taking bad fights. Especially if Pudgey would have disabled, feedback the Raven, there would have been no issue here. I don't think Shield Battery Overcharge should have been popped either. And he's like, oh, 2 angles, but yes. That is not the issue. The problem is you ran into Ghosts with your Zealots, and then you had everything on the other side just destroyed. Yep, Maro is like, check the replay for what? I legit Oh, this chatting is. Make no mistakes, this game. I don't agree, Pudgey. I'm sorry. I'm in 3K5 Protoss, but I don't agree. I don't agree. The very first issue here was basically not taking the feedback onto the Raven, getting your Colossi disabled. Yeah. We're gonna take a look at the very first fight, guys. Usually I don't rewind the replays, but this is something I need to see here, as this very first. So let's look what happens here. Let's look at what Pudgey has here. So I believe he's going to set up his zealots from a flank. Okay. Okay, zealots are now on the other side. He's gonna send a couple of them. And let's look at this fight. He's gonna take it, okay? This Raven has 200 energy. That means if the Templar feedbacks it, it's not going to one-shot it, no, but it's going to matter because there's no two interference matrices. These two Colossi don't actually do anything. These Zealots are not doing bad, but look at the damage they take. So these two tanks are going to cover for these two. These Zealots are going to evaporate instantly. And this is basically a really bad case for Pudgey. Yes, the tanks will go down, but one tank is still down. And look at this. So Pudgey man, actually, he did better with the Zealots. So he did better with the Zealots than I ever thought. But look at this. The Templar is in range to disable this. So, to disable the two interference matrices being cast by feedbacking and having the Raven having no energy. It's just a detector. What it's going to detect? It's going to detect an observer. That doesn't matter. But look at this. This, my friends, this is actually, I believe it's pure Marine, right? No, there was a couple of Marauders, but still, there is extended thermal lance. These Colossi can sit far behind, DPS this army here. The Zealots will deal with most of the tanks. Then, when the Colossi are actually dealing with this, and look at this, the Zealots are behind here. Look, they are behind. The Stalkers need to blink back in order for the Zealots to actually move forward. And yes, Pudgey wins this fight, but this was a really inefficient fight. Really inefficient fight. Let's look at it once again. Because if we look at the resources lost, it was 475 and 50 for Maro. Actually, let's look at it like this. And let's speed through it. And look at that. Incredible. Protoss won the fight, I would say. That was a successful defense. Terran had like 400 more resources lost. And they ended up in an even trade. This was such an inefficient fight for Pudgey, in my opinion, that if he wins convincingly here, doesn't fight outside of shield battery overcharge range, doesn't get his Colossi disabled for those, I believe it's like 8 seconds. And yes, 8 seconds is really long. Then I believe he can walk across the map, wait for like 1 or 2 warp ins, and this whole thing doesn't happen. Like, Maro would probably not have time to get ghosts. You warp in a couple of Stalkers, maybe a Sentry, something like that. Maybe even more Templar to get Archons, and then you don't actually need... you still need Stalkers, I guess, for the libs. But the worst case scenario is you fight it with Archons. I mean, that's not unheard of. And if you have nothing better, then you can do that. So yeah, I believe that's where Pudgey's game went south. But anyways, congratulations to Maro, and yeah, that was a solid 3-0 for the Polish Terran player from CSO ESPORTS. Yeah, that's going to be it from me today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.